Hi everyone, my name is Meads. Welcome to my channel. This is Figuarts Piccolo. Another Dragon Ball figure, and it's actually one of the early ones, which I'm really happy that I got. At first, I thought that I'm not gonna pick Piccolo at all. I'm not really a big fan of Piccolo, but I had this gut feeling that if I tried it, I actually might like it. And it's one of those gut feeling that, well, I am correct that after getting it, I play with it, just so much things I can do with this guy that, it's quite enjoyable. For some weird reason, I actually like it more than Trunks. Alright, so getting to the review, let's go start with the box. Comes in this green and white box. I find it a little plain looking from this side, but I really like that this box art right on the side right here. On the back, I think this is a Japanese release one. Doesn't really have much, well, other than the English on top. And there we go. And I think that's about it. Not much to see here, I suppose. I think this was re-released. I'm assuming it's really because at one point Piccolo was sold out. It's one of the older release, and it's actually kind of hard to find it at one point. Now it's back into production. Well, back in circulation, and I think there's still a few sites that you can go and try to get this. I got mine from Toy Arena. You are looking at around spending about $65, or maybe up to close to 70 depending on your shipping, but around $70 just to get this figure, which is a little pricey in my opinion. I think this figure should just go up for about 40 bucks and, well, $50 with shipping. Alright, so I have him this really cool pose where he's just meditating. And have his cape on. Actually, let's take this out. You can use this. You can do this pose with any base that has this clamp on. I just so happen to have this, and it's really great that he can do that sitting pose. And this guy's really tall. Having my ruler right here, he stands about 6.5. Pardon me, I'm slightly sick. It was a really tiring week, and I think my body is kind of giving in, but I'm still feeling strong, just like Piccolo, unfazed. Alright. So with this cape on, which is really great, I really like this. There's a little bit of shading on it, some kind of green. You hardly see it. I guess it's just my lighting. But you can remove this. But before we get there, there's this sash right in front of the sash that you can remove. This is the smaller one, so you can fold his arms, or you can have a bigger one like so. There's two pegs underneath and a tab. So it's kind of a little hard to work with, but you can have him covers most of his chest. So either way, to put this on, you just have to put this on top while the head is removed. So let's just take this out like so. But it actually comes with 3 heads. Just let him stand here. Uh-oh. Go. Headless Piccolo. I don't think he can regenerate his head. Well, probably not. Usually when you cut off the head, a person is dead. Or maybe an alien is dead. Alright, so you have 2 similar faces. One with a turban on, and you have another one with angry face. But actually, I'm really glad that they go for having a separate mold for the whole head, not that's swappable head or swappable face, because you're gonna have that nasty seam line. And this one you have really clear, and actually this one has some kind of nerves, and it's showing that he's really angry. All right, so why don't we put this one a little bit more passive. There we go. Really great neck articulation. You're gonna have this part here, which makes him look down or up. Then you have another separate for neck. Then you have the shoulder articulation, and you have this. Let's see, a sleeve, short sleeve that kind of connects on the back part right here. Kind of like your other SH Figuarts Dragon Ball. Let's see, how did I put that back? Uh oh. 1 second. Should snap right back in. There we go. It's sometimes it's kind of loose, and even if you remove it, it's totally fine. So you can remove it if you don't want that there. Elbow articulation, fairly good. You have 2 points right there. And you have wrist that's really movable because of that joint right there, ball joint. You have the waist, and you have this sash here. Side to side. Then you have kind of like double-waisted hip joint, which is great. It gives you a lot of articulation and movement. Then you have the knee bend, and it's one of the early ones, kind of like Goku. It doesn't have a separate third knee, or like a knee part, so you can see that slightly unsightly knee, but nonetheless it's great. Then you can see a little bit of Piccolo's leg there. Then you have a purple ball joint down there, the foot, and you have the heel, which you can bend. I don't know if I showed that, but fairly good articulation. Alright, so let's go with the hands. Actually, let me swap this with the angry one. Gotta have the angry one when you're doing some of that blast. Alright, so the first one, let's see, here we go. One of his iconic move, where he focuses his beam on his 2 fingers and blast away. Again, it would be nice if Bandai provided some sort of special effect parts for this. I mean, the figure itself is great, but it'll be even better if you have some special effect parts, even if they're sold separately. Some key blast or something. But I guess you can always use other figure effect parts, which I've been using from Ultra Act, SH Monster Arts, and what else have you been using? Well, mostly those figure line, and which have been working so far. On the other hand, let's swap it with this one. There we go. I don't think I've used this yet, so it's kind of stiff still. Let's swap this one with this. So you have a pair of this type of hands, which for grabbing or something. And you have a really great sense of articulation. This, I think he did one where he grabbed both of his hands and kind of you know, use this to hit someone on the back. Alright, so you have that pair of hands. You also have the blast over here, open hand, like most of them, most of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball have. And I think that's it for the hands. So not much. You have 3 pairs. You have this one, the open one, the closed fist, and you have an extra one for the blast. Yep. Alright. Oh, almost forgot. There's a 4th one, which is, let me remove this part right here. Well, you can have this pose where he lost his limb, which happens quite a lot in the. Oh, there goes his head again. Which happens a lot in the show. And luckily for Piccolo, as a Namek, you have a tendency to regenerate. So you can have this pose where he broke his arm. You can take both of them out. I don't know if you can. I haven't really removed the. Well, you can remove. It's a ball joint right there. You can remove the leg if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just this folded arms. Like so. Let's see. I always have a problem putting this on. It doesn't seem to stick well, in my opinion. For some weird reason, it doesn't really. Let me put that out and use this. There we go. Serious look on his face. Alright. And the next part, I want to share something that I found out or figure out that you can do. Alright, so this next part is, if you remember Piccolo when fighting Nappa, or actually even fighting I think Goku, he has this the fighting technique where he can pretty much have 2 or 3 of himself. So there's a kind of like a multi-form technique, I think that's what it's called, where another Piccolo branch out of him, which is kind of cool. And well, since you have another pair of head, you know, maybe you can have him stick out here. And I found out that if you remove this, well, if you can remove it, that's it. Sometimes it's a little hard. There we go. And let me take this out too. Well, you're left with that peg hole right there. It's not a straight peg hole, but it's some kind of port connection that we can utilize. So now, getting back here, I'm just actually just gonna put back the closed fist. I think you get what I'm getting at. I have this Revoltech joints. I believe this might be 4mm or maybe 6. I can't remember, but you can use the same one to connect this. Or if you don't have this Revoltech joint, you can always use a straight peg. You just have to find the right size or right diameter, and we're just gonna connect over here. Let's see. I think that's fairly good enough. We just want to create that illusion that he has another pair of hands. Or arms, sorry. Another pair of arms. There we go. Next part here. And I will link some images down below, and it's actually pretty cool. But again, the trick is you kind of want to hide those joints. So like this one, you barely see the joints. You know, from this angle you can kind of see it, but you sort of create that effect, which is pretty cool. And again, if you want, you can have this guy kind of separating here, like it's from the back when it's about to branch off, you know, from the main Piccolo. And actually, if you have another pair of hands, well, if you can take this out, it will be nice if I have another Piccolo and I have 3 of them, because again, on that show you see 3 Piccolo. Maybe he can have one on this end, well, on the other. I know it's kind of silly, but I think if I'm doing this correctly. So let me put this back again. There we go. Just put this on top. And another problem, there's actually a problem I have with this. This is a little too high, so it doesn't really give you enough clearance to put the head on. There we go. And maybe have him under the head's resting on the shoulder. Well, I had it where there's 3 of them like this. Maybe it's pushing it a little bit, but you know, maybe just having 4 hands or 4 arms. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that's that, and actually I might leave it on this pose up, which is pretty cool, or have him in that sitting pose. But again, this is a really great figure. I really enjoy this, surprisingly. And I actually highly recommend getting Piccolo if you already started the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line. It's a great figure. I really like it, and actually this is quite tall. I don't have my other figures, they're in display right now, but this is fairly tall. Again, it's about 6.5 inches, and I think Trunks stands about this high. Yep. So there we go. That's my review for SH Figuarts Piccolo. I hope you guys like it. So until then, this is Meads. Thank you for watching.